The rise of one nation. We're going to talk about it tonight on the Report from Tiger Mountain. Please stick around and listen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you realise that we're fans of Pauline Hanson here at the Report from Tiger Mountain. We endorse her. We'll go as far. We'll happily endorse One Nation. And, Pauline Hanson is the equivalent in this country of this, right-wing populism that's been sweeping the globe. People like Donald Trump, Nigel Farage, Geert Wilders, Marine Le Pen, Orban. These are, patriotic politicians from Western countries or Eastern Europe who are basically saying why is someone why are Jewish NGOs and other globalist bodies trying to replace us in our own country, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I think Pauline Hanson is standing up and saying no to all that. I mean, in the last 4 years, something like 2 million immigrants have come to this country. It might even be 3 million. A lot of them are Indians. I don't know if you've noticed in our major cities, the Indian population, has just increased dramatically. These are huge demographic changes. I mean, these people, they're essentially bioweapons, ladies and gentlemen. They're bioweapons, biological entities sent here to replace our population. We have a wonderful country here, and that's because it's actually got Australians in it. We don't need a country that's like half Indian, half Chinese, with a few, Anglo-Saxon Australians wondering what the fuck happened. We want to protect what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? And, you've had some victories for Pauline Hanson recently. We got a salute, which I think is a job well done. I'd like to know who actually votes for Labor. Who are these morons? Obviously, a lot of them are the foreigners. The Labor Party is literally importing their voters. They're importing Indians. The Indians know to vote Labor because then they'll get more Indians. And the Chinese are very similar. They know to vote Labor because they will get more Chinese here. Because basically there's a race on to see who can colonise this country. Basically, we're being colonised. And it's a race to see who can be more Indians, can there be more Chinese, and whoever gets the most here can take the country. And that's, of course, if Muslims don't take it, because we've got a whole bunch of them up in Sydney, around Lakemba and around there. I mean, how funny was that, by the way? Pauline Hanson's been warning us about the trouble in Lakemba. But, of course, Albo, or Anal, as Sam Newman calls him, the fucking idiot, he goes to a mosque, during Ramadan or some stupid, what Ramadan is like to call it, whatever stupid festival it is. It's all a bunch of bullshit and we should ban it. He goes to their mosque or whatever the hell it is, their church, and he's sitting there and all these people start screaming and yelling at him about Palestine and about this. He's a Zionist, he's whatever, he's a traitor. And it was hilarious, wasn't it? And he was literally shitting himself. And it was like he made Pauline Hanson's point for her. If you want to know, in my opinion, what's behind the rise of, One Nation, it's very simple, Bondi, because anybody with a brain realises that is their children's future when they go to the beach. I'm not just talking Bondi Beach, any beach, anywhere, and it wasn't just Jewish groups. They'll attack Aussies next. So if you want any kind of future for your children and you're a real Aussie, even if you're a new immigrant and you want to keep Australia the way it is, it's multicultural or whatever, but you want to keep it the way it is. No more immigrants, mate. No more. Let's cut it down. Let's, put Australia first. And I think that's what Pauline Hanson is about. I mean, she's got a few things I disagree with her on, but that's okay. Overall, Pauline Hanson is fantastic, and I think she does have the potential to be the Prime Minister. And I wrote this article during the Trump term one. I think she did well in some election up in Queensland. And I called her the Prime Minister of Australia, Pauline Hanson, and everybody laughed at that time. But let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen, they're not laughing anymore.